So what's the single most important factor into staying healthy?
Have you heard of the book called The Blue Zones? This is
No.
This is a book that went all over the world, and the journalists went all over the world talking to people who made it to 100 or beyond, and asked them what they did to live so long, all over the world. And do you know what the answer was?
I think it's attitude. I really do. No.
Stop eating before you're full.
Oh, I was way off.
Stop eating before you're full. That's what every one of them said.
Amazing. Yes, because in our traditions, Thanksgiving, holidays and stuff,
Oh, God.
people would just absolutely act like they were starving to death and devour food.
Yeah.
And it was like, especially, we're talking the carbs again and the sugars and the desserts. And
it's true. And you're saying, as we are responsible. We have to educate ourselves.
Yes.
But, you know, environment is huge. And we're also responsible for educating those people in our environments. We need to educate our families. We have to teach them what we know, because this is something that you learn because you saw somebody do it. You saw somebody eat some spinach in their breakfast. You didn't see it advertised on TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
it is an adjustment, but it's an adjustment where you have to be conscious of why you're doing it. It can be very tasteful.
It can
There's
be.
an adjustment to
be.
cooking naturally. I remember one time where my husband and I have actually been eating more vegetarian over the years, and we try to buy as much natural as possible. And he said, "How would you like to go out for breakfast?" And so we went to a local restaurant, and when you aren't tasting the chemicals, and then you are going out, you've been away from it, and then you have a breakfast, and all of a sudden, all the chemicals were there, and I couldn't eat the ham. I couldn't. Well, I think I ate some toast.
That's right. When you get out of the fog and you realize how real food should taste,
Exactly.
you can't go back. You don't want to go back. And then you realize it doesn't make you feel good either.
No,
right?
alive food. I had an experience where I had a friend who's an excellent cook, and she made this wonderful dinner, and I'll never forget it. It was so alive and it tastes so good that I was making like a little kid making noise because it was like yum, yum, yum. And that's the way food should taste.
Yeah. In order to eat healthy, sometimes it's expensive, and there are a lot of families that can't afford it. So what do we tell those people that really want to, you know, give their children good food, but it's expensive?
Well, one thing I would say is, you know, get to know your backyard. Is there some place where you can plant something?
Community gardens.
Community gardens are great.
Yeah, there's a place called Growing Gardens. I'm going to get involved in it as a volunteer.
Not just for that, but there's also farmers market as well.
Yeah, farmers market.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Farmers
We're
market.
blessed with farmers market here in the Portland area.
And it's what's also true is that you need to eat less when you're eating a whole foods diet. You know, you're full faster because it hits bottom, and you know you ate something that really nourishes you.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, true.
So that's what I would say is to, you know, when you're eating better, you're eating less.
That's true.
And you're cultivating this relationship with when you're hungry and when you're full, and you know what'll satisfy you, and not just keep eating because it's there and it's cheap.
Well, I'm going to thank a few people besides you and Badeish, my co-host. First, you see this lovely arrangement. So we'd like to take a few moments now to thank our sponsors. Thank you so much to Westside Florist at Low Market Center for providing a beautiful floral arrangement centerpiece at every show. Thanks also to Izzy's Restaurant on Southwest Broadway in Beaverton for the delicious pizza you provide for our guests and for our crew. We really appreciate it. So thank you. And also, we want to thank our studio audience and our viewing audience for your support. We really appreciate you watching our show. And remember to check our website and let us know if you'd like to be in our audience. We have a live studio audience. Or if you'd like to talk to us about the possibility of being a guest on our show on Create Your Own Reality. Thanks for watching. So in closing, shall I give you the last question here?
Well, I'm so glad that you came and shared all of this information. You know, we've just barely scraped the surface of this.
Yes.
One of the things that I find that people are learning is when they step in and they start preparing food. It might take us a little bit longer, but isn't it a ceremony when you look at the indigenous and how they prepared food? It's a holy thing. It's a holy thing for the body, the mind, and the spirit. And so I think that that's another thing that we could bring back into our life. Don't you believe that's true?
I do. I do. And as much of that as possible, please.
Absolutely.
At all times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we still have about another minute and a half, so quick question is, there are so many diet books and things out there, and aren't people different? Can we all, like, this diet works for that person, that for the other person, but when we talked about your diet, will that work for every body type and for everybody, what you were talking about?
That diet will work for everybody. You know, there's a certain group of people that seem like really, really stuck. And sometimes when somebody's really stuck, and no matter what they do and how little they eat and how perfectly they eat, something doesn't budge. And for them, the HCG diet really helps them budge.
You said that before. That's
HCG diet.
H is high.
Human.
Chorionic. Oh, that's right.
Gonadotrophin hormone.
It's easy for you to say. Well, we want to thank you. And is there any words of wisdom, because we have 30 seconds left, that you want to say, or do you want to say?
Eat natural.
Well, eat natural. Well, what I would say is that, you know, it's hard work being in these bodies. They take care. They take a lot of care. And that it's important that we take special care with what we give to them.
Honor the body.
And that we give good quality, nourishing time, food, and activity to them.
Good closing. So thank you so much, Dr. Laura. You were great. Right, Badeish?
Absolutely.
We enjoyed talking to you.
Thanks for
So we'd like to say thank you for watching our show. And remember, you too can create your own reality. Just expect miracles. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching Create Your Own Reality, a program about hope, inspiration, and encouragement. If you would like to be a member of our audience for future shows, please email us at createyourownreality@hotmail.com. We are grateful to these local businesses for their support in making this program possible.